What is SIBO? Have you ever wondered, do I have SIBO or what in the world is SIBO? Stay tuned. We're going to talk about SIBO and do you actually have it? And if you do, what can you do about it? Welcome to Gut Freedom. My name is Jason Godo, where we find your gut problem, fix it so you can live your best life. And today we're going to talk about SIBO. What in the hell is SIBO? Well, just for you guys. All right, so SIBO is actually an acronym, and it stands for Small Intestinal Bacterial Overgrowth. Small Intestinal Bacterial Overgrowth. All right, what is that? Does that mean there's too much of this in the small intestine? Not exactly, no, that's not what it means. It means you should have a lot of bacteria in your colon, in your large intestine. There should be a lot of bacteria there. If you've ever done stool testing or something, you tend to have a lot of bacteria there. They analyze it. You have good stuff, you have the bad stuff, they look at all those kind of things. But your small intestine shouldn't have too much bacteria. It's not really made for that. So what can happen is sometimes we can have too much bacteria in our small intestine. And that's where this concept of small intestinal bacterial overgrowth begins. It's similar to, you know what? I have a great mentor. Her name is Dr. Allison Seebecker. She is a SIBO specialist. She's amazing. And she had a really, really good analogy. She said, you know what? There are containers and they should hold things, right? Well, a glass is made to hold possibly water, right? Glass has water in it. But should your small intestine hold a bunch of bacteria? No, it shouldn't. It's like you putting a bunch of water in your car. It wouldn't run very good, right? So if you put a bunch of water in the gas tank, the car's not going to run. Similar, if you put a bunch of bacteria in your small intestine, it's not going to run well either. Well, what does this bacteria actually do? Is it bad? Is it good? Well, it can be good or bad bacteria. You can have too much of your good bacteria there. Of course, you can have some bad bacteria, but generally speaking, it's just too much of your normal bacteria that just shouldn't be there. And what does it cause? Oh my gosh, it causes gas, bloating, pain, nausea, diarrhea, constipation, diarrhea and constipation, reflux. It feels like food is just stuck in your stomach. Anxiety. Have you ever had brain fog? Give me a thumbs up if you've ever had brain fog. Check a thumbs up. Because what happens is bacteria has to die, right? It lives, it dies. Well, what happens when bacteria is living and dying? It's creating bug juice. When it dies, I also say it creates bug juice. So where does this bug juice go? Your body has to take care of it. So if your body's detoxification pathways are dealing with a bunch of bug juice, how is it dealing with everything else? Excess hormones get produced, excess environmental toxins, excess stress, excess caffeine, excess alcohol, excess GMO, excess everything. Well, your body's going to give you brain fog, anxiety, depression, massive fatigue. You can get weight loss and or weight gain. So there are so many symptoms this can cause someone. And there are solutions, and we will talk about those in upcoming videos, but I just want to let you know, small intestinal bacterial overgrowth is something that's real. You shouldn't have a bunch of bacteria in your small intestine. It should be in your colon. And there is testing we do to figure that out. Do I have it? Is it too much? And if I don't, what else could be causing all these other symptoms we just talked about? Nausea, bloating, reflux, constipation, diarrhea, fatigue, all those other things. It could be several other things, but you've got to start somewhere, right? And sometimes the easiest thing is just test and say, do I have this? And this is one of the easiest things to test for without going through like radiology exams and having tubes shoved up your butt and things like that, right? Of course, testing for this is just a matter of blowing into some tubes, filling them up with air, send them to a lab, and they analyze what type of bacteria do you have in your small intestine. Is it too high or is it normal? All right, that's it for today, everyone. You know what? If you could click subscribe below, that way you'll find out on my next few videos, how do we test for SIBO? how do we treat SIBO, and any other things that we come up with in order to help your GI problems. All right, take care, everyone. See you soon.